Good evening and welcome to Hobbs Lady Eagle Playoff Soccer from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. I'm TJ Miracle as the number 5 Lady Eagles take on the number 12 Mayfield Lady Trojans. Tonight's game brought to you under the authority of the New Mexico Activities Association's rights granted by the NMAA and purchased by New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Starting lineups for tonight for the visiting Mayfield Trojans. You've got number 1 junior Nicole Garza, number 2 junior Gracie Galaz, number 3 junior Callie Pacini, number 7 senior Juliana Stites, number 8 senior Alexia Lopez, number 9 junior Janelle Gutierrez, number 11 senior Ashley Chavez, number 15 junior Juliet Moreno, number 18 junior Brooklyn Mays, number 22 junior Brisa Quintana, and in goal will be number 31 sophomore Katie Guillen. For the Hobbs Lady Eagles, in goal tonight, senior keeper is Sabrina Marquez. Rest of the starting lineups, number 1 is junior midfielder Clarissa Mates. Number 3 is sophomore midfielder Corelli Rivera. Number 6 is freshman forward Camila Beltran. Number 7 is senior forward and striker Brooke Davis. Number 8, junior midfielder and defender Mariah Zambrano. Number 9 is senior defender and midfielder Basilia Hernandez. Number 11 is 8th grade midfielder and forward Addison Bettis. Number 15 is senior defender Mariah Jimenez. Number 16, junior defender Natalie Silva. And number 21 is junior midfielder Alessandra Terrazas. These two teams met about 6 weeks ago. Of course, you saw that game, Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. Hobbs winning that one 1-0, but it was Mayfield who came out and did a very nice job in that game of shutting down the Hobbs offense, only allowing them to get one goal. They put a lot of shots on goal, only about 4 or 5 quality looks, and only one of them sneaking back. Hobbs in the home black kits with the gold letters and numbers. Mayfield in the road whites with the forest green letters and numbers. 61 degrees as we kick off this opening round 5A playoff game. The winner will head up to Rio Rancho to take on the Lady Rams on Friday. So we are ready to go in this one, the opening round of the 2025 NMAA State Soccer Playoffs. Our first of a soccer two-day affair. Of course, we'll have the boys' game also against Mayfield right back here at Watson Stadium tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. So everybody getting into the proper positions, all the officials out, keepers in their cages, and we are ready to go on Tuesday evening. A little bit nippy, but fortunately the wind has died down, although we are going to drop down into the 30s tonight. That'll be in the overnight. Probably by the time we're done with this one, we'll be down around 50 or so. And now we've got officials talking about some other things. So not sure what's going on, as the officials are checking the south end zone goal. Just making sure that everything's in tight maybe. But yeah, you got all 4 officials. Well, now they're going to move the goal down, so all right. Well, of course, a Lady Eagle doubleheader tonight as the Hobbs Lady Eagle volleyball team still in district action. They're playing Roswell High over at Tasker Arena. My partner in crime, Dawn Morgan, has that over on the Lee County News and Sports YouTube channel. All right, the officials, I guess, have decided that they're okay with whatever's going on with that net. So they are heading back over to their positions. And, well, maybe now we can get this one underway after about a 5-minute delay for that. So the Lady Eagles going to spread out, of course. The Lady Eagles game plan is going to be do anything you can to get Brooke Davis in the open and with a clear shot on the opposing team's keeper. That will be Guillen. Mayfield did a very good job here back on the 15th of September of really keeping Davis bottled up. The Lady Eagles may need to look for a second striker, although Bettis and Addison Richards off the bench have both done a nice job there. So it'll be Mayfield controlling the opening kick, and here we go as moving it forward, looking for some room. Hobbs gets in the way and will interfere with that and then sends it back up, and Mayfield takes it right back away, trying to get it into some space. And Hobbs just moves it back as Terrazas centering it up, and then a bouncing ball over. Hobbs did spend a lot of that game 6 weeks ago in Mayfield territory. They'd like to do that again here tonight as Quintana bodies that one up, sends it over to the near side and out. It'll be Hobbs' ball. So quick throw in. It'll find its way to the foot of Davis, who gets bodied off of the ball by Quintana. And Mayfield will start it back the other way. They're going to try a little chip and chase, trying to get it into space. They do. On the run, going up the right wing. Turnaround shot and a save. Shot put in by Gracie Galaz. She had the shot, but Sabrina Marquez stonewalls her and gets the stop. They let her break free, though. And so the first look of the night is a good one, and it comes for Mayfield. So now Hobbs going to try and move it down. Try a little chip and chase of their own as Bettis onto the right wing with some room to run. Moving down, looking for the angle, trying to center it up is Rivera, but it'll be blocked off by Mayfield. And it'll be a corner kick for the Hobbs Lady Eagles. Hobbs attacking the south goal. That'll be Beltran to go over and take the corner kick. Chance for a set play here for the Lady Eagles. As Beltran will send that one in, bounces into space, bouncing ball. And Mayfield just going to have to send that one out the back. Nope, they're going to say Hobbs touched it last. So it will go back to Mayfield. Which team adjusts best to the cooler conditions? Probably the coolest game that these teams have played all year could have a factor in this one before it's all said and done. So the bouncing ball down, and that one will be out. It'll be a throw in for Mayfield. Lady Trojans throw it in. And Hobbs will immediately try and start it back the other way with Modest. Modest centers it into the middle, trying to look for Davis in a collision. Mayfield's defenders goes down. Now Mayfield will start it back the other way. Of course, Hobbs 17-3 were undefeated in district under head coach Mackenzie Tellez. Mayfield under Santiago Meza 10-9-1. They were 4-5 in district. Oops, sorry about that. I am flying solo tonight. Gotta pay attention to the camera drift. As the bouncer back down, Hobbs Lady Eagle goes down, but Hobbs will take it back. Moving it forward to Bettis. Incoming near side to Modis. Modis up the near sideline to Davis. Davis, nifty little move, then sends it into space, but it'll be taken away and shot right back out by Mayfield. Mayfield one shot on goal, and it was a doozy. Good stop by Marquez. Just about a minute into this one as that one goes off the heels of Bettis and bouncing down into space as coming out will be Guillen, and she'll just send it back out into the fray. 3.5 minutes have elapsed here in the first. 0-0 our score. Winner moves on to play Friday in the quarterfinal round. The loser's season is done. Side out, throw in for Hobbs. And that one a misfire off of Davis. So it'll be a throw in for Mayfield on the Hobbs side of midfield. The toss in by Quintana. She will throw that in. Trying to settle that down in the middle is Lopez, and then Hobbs will send it right back away and out. Another throw in for Quintana. A little bit shorter this time. Mayfield looks for some room to run. That'll be Moreno. But she'll have to send it back to the near side with Quintana again. The team's looking for some space. Moreno centers it up, but then Hobbs will bounce it right back down. Davis to Bettis, back to Davis. On the run, two girls on her. Tries to find a little space, gets it taken away from her, and Mayfield will send it back towards the midfield. Is Rivera going to battle underneath? Turnover back to Mayfield. Terrazas in there fighting too, but Mayfield will come away with it. Another chip and chase opportunity here. Hobbs giving chase and does a nice job getting to it. Just to tap that one away with Zambrano and out. And so far, it's Mayfield who has put on the early pressure. 5 minutes gone in this 5A opening round matchup between the number 5 Lady Eagles and the number 12 Lady Trojans of Mayfield. knocking off Mayfield about 6 weeks ago before district started. 1-0. But a fairly competitive game. Hobbs got the better of it. Down into the midfield. Mayfield sends it bouncing back. So far, the Lady Eagles not able to put on any sustained pressure. Davis battles and will let that one go, and it is out. And they're going to say last touch by Hobbs. Throw in for Quintana. She will get that one in and onto the foot of Lopez, but then immediately sent back to the midfield by Mattis. Now Hobbs going to try and run, but intercepted by Mayfield, but coming through. Bettis chips it through, finds some space, but nobody back there as Guillen sends it back down. Hobbs will settle it down out around the 35-yard line, 45-yard mark in soccer. There's most of the pitches, also double as high school football fields. The Hobbs boys will wrap up their regular season Friday night here at Watson Stadium against Carlsbad. Of course, the Hobbs boys soccer team will be here against Mayfield tomorrow evening, too. So busy week at Watson Stadium. Throw in for the Lady Eagles in front of their own bench. As that went out, as Hobbs has had trouble controlling the throw-ins. That's a couple that they have ticked out, and so quickly Mayfield will throw it in from in front of their own bench. Into a pack of Lady Eagles. You see, since they're birds, would that technically make them a flock? I don't know, it's been a very long couple of days. So if they get a bit simpled out, please bear with me. I don't mean to sound like a complete moron. And on the slow roller, near side, Davis looking for some room to run. That one gets centered back up, and Mayfield will take it back away. Hobbs trying to play a very deliberate game. Sometimes they do better when they have everybody kind of just moving around, a little chaos. Sometimes from what we've seen this season tends to work best for the Lady Eagles with bouncing balls as Davis gets knocked down by Chavez. That's still in the Mayfield end. Hobbs will take it away. Terraza centering pass to Bettis. That's Rivera. Rivera along the 20-yard line will have to feed it back. And then in by Armitage and towards the goal, but it'll be Chavez who tips that one away. Bouncing ball, and then it'll just be sent out on the far side. It'll be a throw-in for Hobbs. No chance to get some defenders up. Hobbs does have everybody up in the attacking zone. No defenders back. So on the throw-in, Bettis makes first contact, then to Rivera. Rivera looking for some room, is surrounded, gets out. Then a centering pass trying to find Davis, but Davis was cutting towards the net and was not back there, so that'll bring up one of the Lady Eagles and a long shot in on goal, and that one will be tapped away as Mattis takes the shot at it. The rebound battling for it on the near side and finally sent out. And it'll be a corner kick for Hobbs from the southeast corner. Beltran going to come over for her second corner kick of the day. Another opportunity. Hobbs one shot on goal. Mayfield one shot on goal. Beltran comes up on it. Bounces it in, and that one will go off the heels of one of the Lady Trojans and out. So it'll be another corner kick opportunity for the Lady Eagles and Beltran. So another opportunity here for the Lady Eagles. 10 minutes expired in the first half. Bouncer settled down, and then a slow roller in, and a whistle sounds. No shot on goal. The whistle sounded, so we're going to have a minor infraction on the Lady Eagles. What a good opportunity that comes up empty for Hobbs. So now Mayfield prepares to send it back down. So into the midfield, bouncing ball. Off of the head of Rivera, and she will settle it down and then send it back, and that one will skitter out and actually hits the pole by the deep corner. And so Mayfield will kick it away from the goalie box. do or die time for both of these squads as the season is reset. And a collision by Bettis, and she goes to the turf, and that one will roll harmlessly down. Mayfield sends it back, but Bettis will get to it. Bettis trying the centering pass, takes it back to Beltran. Beltran, though, under pressure. And Zambrano. Lady Eagle faithful getting a little restless on the far side. Centered up by Davis. Bettis collides, and coming out is Guillen, and she will tap that one back out. Rivera chases it down on the far side, makes a nifty little move, trying to find a little space, and bounces that one in wide right of the net. And the whistle sounds. We'll have a sub come in for Mayfield. 28:40 remaining in the first half, 0-0. Each team with a shot on goal. And a battle, and it'll go out off of Mayfield. So 0-0, and it'll be a Hobbs throw in from about 40 yards out. It'll be Mattis, who has Hobbs' lone shot on goal, to throw it in. Clarissa tossing it in, but it'll come off of the heels of, that was Quintana, number 22. So another quick throw in into space. Mayfield will just sweep that one out. Celia Hernandez giving chase, gets bodied off of it. Mayfield brings it back, controls. They're trying to put on some more sustained pressure, and then a pass that leads out too far. And so Hobbs will control off of the throw-in. Hernandez moves it up. Rivera winds up with it, gets bodied off of it. Mayfield has played a very physical brand of soccer thus far here early. And a little space for the Lady Eagles trying to center it up. But Mayfield's defense collapses in, knocks it away. Back out to about the 35-yard mark. Then the bouncer towards the middle. Hobbs trying to center it up. Mayfield telling him, nope, not going to let you do it. To Bettis, she'll take it to the right wing. She'll send it into some space. And Mayfield will just kind of tap it around and try and dribble it out and bring and break the pressure. Now Mayfield, a little misfire on the far side. So a quick throw in for Hobbs as they've picked up the pace here with about 15 minutes gone here in the first. Slow roller out, and then that one, Mayfield saves it, keeps it in, at least momentarily. Now they'll bring it up. Saved it. Now a long kick down, a chip and chase. Hobbs to it, does a nice job just taking it away. And Hobbs bouncing it back down into the Mayfield end. Two teams battling at the midfield. Now over and back in. Again, teams just keeping it in the midfield area. Trying to get Davis, but they are keeping at least one and usually two girls in her back pocket. They're not going to let Brooke beat them, I have a feeling. Now Mayfield sends it back down. And we'll have a whistle. And a minor infraction, so free kick for the Lady Eagles. Give it back over to them. 25 minutes remaining in the first, 0-0. So from 10 yards on the Hobbs side of midfield. Lady Eagles will send it back into play. And that one bounces through. It'll get to Davis about the 20-yard mark. They collapse three on her. She sends it over towards the net, but well wide. No shot on goal as Guillen will come over and grab that one and just say, yep, we'll just keep it right there. And she will send it back down the pitch where Rivera will hit it with the heels, and that one will go rolling. Guillen forced out onto the right side of her net, and she'll grab that one. and send it back away and into the fray, if you will. Rivera gets there first, and that one going to be off Rivera and out. On the far sideline, we've got subs checking in for both Hobbs and for Mayfield. We'll catch those as we can. Of course, big thanks to all of our great sponsors all season long. Hobbs Eagles, Lady Eagle Sports, Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com, also on the Cool 95.7 Facebook page this evening. Lady Eagle doubleheader tonight, Lee County News and Sports YouTube, where you can find the Lady Eagle volleyball game against Roswell High. As they roll her back down. And just sending that one out to stymie the Hobbs pressure. It'll be a throw-in, though, for the Lady Eagles deep inside their attacking zone. 23-20 to go here in the first, and on the throw-in, battling for it, Bettis gets taken off the ball, and it'll come back out towards midfield, where Chavez will send the bouncer back down, and then Hobbs will squib her over to the far sideline and centering it up, but right to a Mayfield girl as Davis kind of leaks out onto the left wing. Now moving towards the center, but you got to control the ball in order to give her an opportunity there. Back down as Hernandez bounce it in, and that one will come off of the back of Bettis and then out by Davis and back over to the Lady Trojans of Mayfield. Again, the sophomore keeper sets it down, and her defenders comes up and sends it back into space. Hobbs looking for some room, each team with one shot on goal. To the near side, Davis trying to get to it. We'll send it back. That's to Mattis. Back to Davis. Sending it up to Terrazas. And a bouncer back out. Hernandez back to Mattis, near side. Into the middle, off the heels of Rivera, who sends it back, but nobody home except for one of the Lady Trojans. That was Maez. And back down into the midfield. Now Las Cruces Mayfield going to try and go on the attack here. As now the sun's down, temperature's going to drop pretty rapidly, but all in all, a very beautiful night here in southeast New Mexico. And bouncer could be trouble. Mayfield there sends one on goal, and that one is out, but the rebound coming out and just having a dive for it. So you will have the save, and Mayfield's folks want a stop and down and not getting up. Slow to get up is Sabrina Marquez. As Chavez put on a shot and then collided trying to get out there for the rebound. Dangerous play as the two players collided. So an injury stoppage right now with 21:02 to go. 0-0 is the score. TJ Miracle tonight's game brought to you by your friends at New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Rights granted by the New Mexico Activities Association. Purchased by New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square. Of course, absolutely free of charge, thanks to our great sponsors. We don't charge you to watch your kids and teams play, and we don't have to because of those great sponsors. Unfortunately, too many quote-unquote broadcasters do charge you or beg you for donations. We don't think that's right, and so we don't do it. And it's because of those great sponsors you see there at the bottom of your screen as the training staff out, and they are taking a look at Sabrina just to make sure that she is okay. Pretty good collision there, trying to stop the rebound. But she's up, and looks like they're going to put her in the protocols maybe. Just make sure she's all right. Nope, they're going to put her in the back of the... They're going to put her in the back, and they're going to go take her out. And so new keeper in the game will be senior goalkeeper Liliana Cortez. So Cortez on with the injury. And so you certainly hope Sabrina Marquez is good. She has been sterling in goal this season. Well, Hobbs will have it to kick away, but tough situation for Liliana Cortez to come into, senior keeper. Having to come in cold and get it ready. A very capable backup. She'll bring it out and drop kick it away. Good kick as that one goes bouncing all the way down inside the 20. Hobbs forwards give chase. Getting to it is Davis. It skitters off. Going to the far sideline. Stops it before it goes out. Battle ensues, and it'll be out. It'll be a Hobbs throw-in. A little adrenaline there for Cortez. She sent that one well down the field. So Matez looks to toss it in. And she will, trying to get it to Davis. Centering pass into some space. Turn around. Rivera fires it wide right. Rivera had a little space and just wide to the right. No shot on goal, but a good opportunity there. Halfway through this opening round playoff game. 0-0 is the score if you're just joining us. A couple of minutes ago, Marquez going out after a collision with Cortez, and so the backup keeper, Liliana Cortez, in the game now. And that one will be out. Still throw in for Hobbs. Matez comes up, sends that one out, and comes bouncing over. Mayfield gets it stopped before it goes out, and nope, they're going to say that she didn't get it stopped, so it'll be a throw in for the Lady Eagles. So Matez to toss it in once again. Bouncing into space, bodied up, then back to Matez. Matez sends one in, trying to get it off the heels is Bettis. Into space. Rivera kicks it through the uprights. Good on the football field, not so good on the football field. And out. It'll go back over to Mayfield, but Hobbs is putting on the pressure. Be interesting to see with the backup keeper Cortez in the game if Hobbs will elect to maybe keep somebody back a little bit closer to keep an eye on things. As the ball comes bouncing out off of Mayfield. Giving chase, not able to get there, was Maez. And so Matez and Maez both in the game. As Terrazas battles in the middle with Garza. And Hobbs will take it away. That is Rivera. A little stutter step into space and then swatted away by Pacini. And then the bounce back out into the midfield. Mayfield trying to find some attack here. They have 2 shots on goal, just 1 for Hobbs. Hobbs has had some opportunities, but they've only put 1 on net. And it was stopped by Guillen. So that bouncer will come off the head of Zambrano and back over. And Hobbs will just send that one back out at midfield. Actually clips the midfield flag. It'll be a throw-in for Mayfield. And over the heads of everybody. Hobbs gets first touch off the throw-in. Bettis tries to get to it, gets taken off the ball. Hernandez to it. And she and Bettis, a little bit of confusion over who was supposed to have it there, but Hobbs will come away with it. And back down into the midfield and off of the shin guards of Bettis and out. And another quick throw in, now into space in the middle. Mayfield looking for some space. Turnaround bouncer. Easy stop there. Quintana puts that one on. The stop by Cortez. Liliana. High pop up back to midfield. 16 minutes and change remaining here in the first half. 0-0. Matez works against Quintana. And And Davis will bounce it all the way across the field. Addison Richards checking in. She gives chase and cannot get to that one. So back to Mayfield. To the midfield as Maez will start it up. Now gets it over to one of her wingers. On the left side, Hobbs defense running step for step. Into space, Hobbs tries to clear it out. Finally they will. The clear out on the far sideline. Hernandez got to it and cleared it out. But it'll be a Mayfield throw in there, trying to put the pressure on with 15:45 remaining. First half, 0-0 score. They've had 3 on net. Hobbs only with 1. And a bouncer, and that one will go back and out. And is it going to be a corner kick for Mayfield? Yep, I think they're saying it will be. From the northwest corner, that'll be Nicole Garza on to attempt the corner kick. Set play opportunity here for Mayfield. They keep it all pretty well spread out as Garza bends it in, charging in, bouncing in front. And it'll be Hernandez who clears that one through and back out towards the midfield. That one comes bouncing down as Richards and Bettis both giving chase. To the near side, Bettis losing it as Davis, playing trailer, takes it off of her shins and was trying to get it off of Chavez, but it'll go out, and so it'll be a throw-in for Mayfield. But Hobbs dodging a bullet. The defense has played pretty well. So into Maez. And then they'll just play back and forth, and it'll be a Hobbs throw-in near sideline. Subs coming back into the game, or coming into the game for Hobbs. As Davis going to check out, Aubrielle Armitage going to check in. Davis has a wrap on the right leg, so she may not be at full strength, but so put in Armitage for Hobbs. 0-0 our score. 13:57 remaining here in the first half. Onto the ground and swept over by Moreno. Trying to find far side. Now they'll get it out to the far side. Looking, firing is Richards, and that one will be wide to the right. They're trying the long shot in. Hobbs has had some opportunities for long ones, but have not been able to work it in, and they have not been able to break any of the ladies free to go one-on-one at the cage. Mayfield sends it back down, and then Rivera clicks it down. Defender comes over, battles with Richards on the near side. Richards wins that one, bouncing it into the middle, trying to come into the middle to Armitage, and knocked away by Moreno and out. So it'll be a corner kick for Hobbs from the southwest corner. Hobbs attacking the south goal in the first half. As that'll be Addison Bettis to go over and take the free kick. Or to take the corner kick, I should say. Well, Hobbs staggers as Bettis sends it towards net and coming through out of the net and put it in and light the lamp. The Hobbs Lady Eagles on an out-of-position goal take that one home as Addison Richards scores the goal, the go-ahead goal at 12:39 of the first. So in the, when did that be? That would be in the 28th minute of the game. The Hobbs Lady Eagles will take the lead in this 5A opening round game. As Guillen came out of the cage and nobody home as that one bounced free, and Richards, the freshman, will put it home. So at 27-21 of the first, in the 28th minute, Hobbs takes the 1-0 lead on freshman Addison Richards off the corner kick by Bettis. So now it'll be Mayfield trying to attack. That's Garza. As Garza turns around, she'll send a bouncer out as Cortez will come out. She'll scoop that one up at the front of the box. And sends it back on its way. is off the head of Moreno. Hobbs will get it back. Going to try and start it back up with Rivera. Bouncing down and running up as Guillen going to just come out and scoop that one up. Keep Hobbs from having any thoughts of coming on the attack. And then a little pop-up into space as one of the Lady Trojans goes down. Hobbs going to battle, continue to try and put the pressure on. Hernandez giving chase. Rivera comes back to help as the ball comes out and through it, and it'll be a throw-in for Modis on the near side. Another sub checking in as that'll be Brooke Davis back in. And she will come in for Alessandra Terrazas. Terrazas out as Davis back in. So Hobbs going to try and put on a little more of an attack here with 11 minutes to go here in the first. So Modis bouncing it in to Armitage, back to Modis, and she'll bounce one down. Guillen will come out and handle. And she'll drive one to the far side of the field, and Mayfield will try and get their run up. Hobbs 2 shots on goal. One of them has found the back. Mayfield 3 on goal. None of them have yet found it. On the run, Hobbs tries to keep it in, but cannot. It'll be a Mayfield throw-in from midfield. Addison Richards scoring at 27-21. So in the 28th minute of this one to break the 0-0 tie. Now 1-0 for Hobbs. Bettis battles at midfield. Takes it, bouncing, trying to get it to Richards. Richards with good speed. Takes it, saves it, and tries to get it and center it up, but not able to control it enough. So it'll be a throw-in from deep in their own end for Mayfield. 10 minutes to go. We are 3/4 of the way through the first half. Hobbs leads 1-0. That'll be out. Next to the Mayfield bench, throw in for the Lady Trojans. On the throw in, Hobbs makes first contact. Richards goes hard onto the turf. Back up, a little bit of a collision there. Mayfield young lady went down to, I think that was Moreno. But both of them back up. So now Hobbs leading 1-0. To Richards in front of the bench on the far side. Be the Mayfield bench. Mayfield will pop it out at midfield. So a throw in for the Lady Eagles. Subs back in. Nope. Yep, there's a sub. Okay, and Sabrina Marquez is back in the game. So Marquez back in. So she re-enters the game. That's good news. And Cortez stopped the one shot that she faced, and it was not an easy one. So good job by Cortez coming off the bench. So Marquez back in the game, in the cage for Hobbs. 8:40 to go. I believe that's the Hobbs boys team chanting D up on the far side. Okay crowd here on a Tuesday night opening round to the playoffs. Hernandez battling on the far side, and it'll be a throw-in for Hobbs. Hernandez tosses in. Hobbs looking for some room. And then a long kick down. That'll be a bouncer, and Guillen will come out of the net and pick that one back up. 8 minutes to go in the first half. 1-0 in favor of Hobbs on the goal by Addison Richards. And we'll have a whistle and an infraction on the Lady Eagles. So free kick for Mayfield with 7:45 to go here in the first half. Winner moves on to play in the quarterfinals Friday at Rio Rancho High. Of course, the loser's season is done as that one bouncing into space, and Hobbs will just send it back towards the midfield. Richards flashes through. Has control momentarily, but loses the ball, but will get it back. Tries to find some room to run. Sends it on towards net, and that one will be wide to the right. 35-yard attempt there. And Now, Hobbs has not had a lot of luck working it in close. The corner kick that resulted in the goal, really their best penetration. So Rivera, slow roller to Davis, back to Rivera. Corelli, now to Armitage, who gets bumped off the ball. And out, should be Hobbs' ball. Nope, they're going to say Armitage touched it last. So the throw in, Davis to Armitage, and now they will blow a whistle and say out. So throw in for Hobbs is Modis. Will come over, and yeah, they're keeping bodies on Davis to be sure. And the turnaround by Bettis, and so she'll get a shot on goal. Not a lot on it. It'll be a stop for Katie Guillen. Faced 3 shots, has stopped 2 of them. 1-0, Hobbs in the lead. 6 minutes, plus whatever little amount of stoppage they put in remaining. As that one goes rolling out by the Hobbs bench. Throw in for the Lady Eagles. Chilly evening here in Lee County. Watson Memorial Stadium opening round of the 2025 NMAA soccer playoffs. For the girls, opening round for the boys will be tomorrow. We'll have that one for you too. Free of charge, Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. That one out. And goes out off one of the Mayfield players. Off of Chavez. So throw in for Matez. Hobbs would like to get another tally if they could. Here in the first as Armitage gets taken off the ball, and then that one out off of Aubrielle. And Chavez will go over and collect the ball, and will throw it in. Kind of just a little floater on the throw-in. Staying on the near side, and then into some space, Modis. And then popped up, and we'll have a whistle, and we'll have a free kick for the Lady Eagles from fairly close in. This could be good news for Hobbs. It'll be Richards who comes over. She'll take it from about 25 yards out. That's the 15-yard line on the football field. So they'll put the white-clad wall up in front of Addison. So she eyes it. She's ready to go, and she will send it on towards net, and that will be stopped by Guillen. So Richards, her second shot of the night. Coming on the free kick. And back out into midfield. 4 minutes remaining here in the first half of play. Hobbs leading 1-0. But now Mayfield trying to find something. As that one comes through, this could be trouble. On the move, on the march, and a shot in and stopped as Quintana puts one in on goal, and Marquez will stop that one. 4 shots for Mayfield. All 4 of them have been stopped. Quintana walks back kind of shaking her head thinking, yeah, maybe I should have got a little closer. Yeah, she had a couple more yards before she was going to be really under any big pressure. So now Rivera dribbles it up on the right wing. Pulls up, looks for some help, then into the middle, and that one's swatted away and out by Mayfield. 3:15 remaining, first half. Hobbs leading 1-0 on the Richards goal in the 28th minute. Hobbs 4 shots on goal, Mayfield 4 shots on goal. The difference, one of Hobbs's has gone in. Rivera finds a little space, but then getting to it quickly was Lopez, who swats it out. But Hobbs still on the attack. Richards battling on the far side with Garza, and out. And they'll say it was out off Richards, so it'll be Mayfield ball. Hernandez comes up to contest, and then that one will go out. It'll be Hobbs ball. 2.5 minutes plus whatever little amount of stoppage they put on it. As the ball goes bouncing around, as Rivera winds up with it, looks for some space, sends it on goal, and that one will be swatted out and stopped by Guillen off the shot by Rivera. one of her defenders, that was Gomez, came over and knocked that one away. And another bouncing ball comes in, and that one will be just wide right of the cage as Hobbs has picked up the intensity here. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes remaining first half. Lady Eagles leading 1-0. And they decided that that one was last touched by Mayfield, so it'll be a corner kick for Hobbs as Bettis will go take that one from the southwest corner. It was the corner kick that led to the goal earlier. As Bettis comes in, bouncer out a little ways, and that one will come bouncing into the middle. It'll be tapped out by Chavez and then away. Mayfield going to try and settle it down, popping into the middle of the field off of the heels of Sapien. But then Hobbs will send it right back down. Rivera gets bumped. And off the ball and back down. As Montes tries to get it and then gets the ball taken away from her. Mayfield with an opportunity here. A little stutter step as going around and on the run. Looking for some room to move. That is Maez. Maez centers that one up and Hobbs will head it away and out to end the threat right there. 1 minute remaining in regulation here in the first half. 1-0 in favor of the Lady Eagles. And we're going to have a corner kick now for Mayfield. As heading over to take that corner kick will be Nicole Garza. So Garza from the northwest corner. Sends it into the middle, high up, and then that one tapped away, and then a turnaround shot, and that one goes wide to the right. And out. So back to the Hobbs Lady Eagles with about 10 seconds remaining in regulation. Plus, I'm sure they'll put a little bit of stoppage in there. They usually do. They'll find a natural place to end it as that one comes in and comes in exactly at the time mark. So we have played one from here at Watson Memorial Stadium, and Addison Richards with the goal in the 28th minute at 27:21 expired gives Hobbs the 1-0 lead. We'll be back as Lady Eagles soccer in the playoffs continues in just a few minutes. And welcome back to Hobbs Lady Eagle Playoff Soccer from Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports here on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel and on HobbsAmerica.com. Tonight's game presented by the authority of the New Mexico Activities Association with rights granted by the NMAA and purchased by Walmart Broadcasting and Walmart Digital. I'm TJ Miracle. The Hobbs Lady Eagles lead this one 1-0 on a goal in the 28th minute by Addison Richards, as she put it into the net off of a corner kick from Addison Bettis. So Addison to Addison, and Hobbs goes up 1-0. So we flip ends of the field now, and Hobbs will be attacking the north end zone with Mayfield attacking the south. Mayfield with 4 shots on goal in that first half. A couple of them pretty good ones, but stoned by Sabrina Marquez and Ileana Cortez, who came in relief. Marquez is back into the game to start the second half. And it'll be Hobbs' possession to start the second half, leading 1-0. Winner of this one moves on to Rio Rancho on Friday, while the loser's season is done. As that one sent out, and so over to Mayfield early, as Richards kind of popped that one over the backside. So back over to Mayfield, just underway. And I think Hobbs, if they can go on the attack early, is going to. They'd love nothing more than to get an insurance goal on the board. You're not real comfortable, just up 1-0, as that one will go bouncing out off a Lady Eagle. So on the throw-in, Hernandez sends it back to the midfield, but back to Mayfield. Had a good battle there as Garza tries to take it away, and Mayfield will wind up with it. So centering pass, but right onto the heels of Corelli. Yep, it is. I'm trying to get it to Richards. Bouncing it up is Bettis. She'll try and get it to Richards, have to take it out. Now to Richards, coming over on the right wing. Sends it back, quick little turnaround, moves in. Battling, looking for some space. Has to send it even deeper in, and that one will go out and back, and it'll be a corner kick for Hobbs from the northeast corner. So that'll be Richards to take the corner. I can get that on there. So Richards from the northeast corner. Hobbs with an opportunity for a set play early. Sends that one high off the head. Comes bouncing through. Hernandez off of the knee, and then a collision underneath, and that one will be swatted out and away by Guillen. Good job inside by the Mayfield defense to keep Hobbs from getting an open look at it. As the ball goes out, and it'll be a Hobbs throw-in. Well, Hobbs trying to apply the pressure early, leading 1-0. Into the middle with Bettis. As the teams continue to battle, Bettis with it back. Now they put a couple girls on her and take her off of it. Send it down. Hobbs bodies it up, though, with Terrazas. And then send a bouncer into the middle, which Mayfield originally just sends back away. Trying to get it near side to Richards. Then Hernandez battles with Galaz. Gets it taken away from her, then on to the far side. With Hobbs and out in front of the Hobbs bench. It'll be a Mayfield throw-in. From Watson Stadium tonight here in Hobbs. Another Hobbs throw-in. 3 minutes have expired in the second half. Hobbs leading 1-0 on the first half goal by Addison Richards in the 28th minute. The two teams just going to kind of try and choke it up right now and play a little back and forth. With the exception of the corner kick, really nothing doing for either team yet here in this half. You have to be patient. As bouncing down is Stites will take that one and take it out. Oh, well, actually off of a Lady Eagle, so throw in for Mayfield. Hobbs back into the offensive zone. Trying to get it to Davis and just a little too far out and backing out. And corner kick for Hobbs. So last touch by Mayfield. Sitting over to the northwest corner. That'll be Bettis. Number 11, the 8th grader. It was Bettis' corner that led to the Hobbs goal earlier in the first half. So Bettis sends it on in, on the run in, bouncing into and into the back of the net. Light the lamp as Corelli Rivera lights the lamp at the 4-minute and 35-second mark of the second. Corelli Rivera lights the lamps. So Bettis with her second assist and Hobbs with their second goal off of the corner kick, this time from Corelli Rivera in the 45th minute of the contest. And Hobbs has the insurance goal. Now it'll be interesting to see how Coach Mesa's squad responds. They're going to have to find a way to put the pressure on. And I don't know if that means an extra attacker. Hobbs' defense has done a very nice job for the most part, just keeping Mayfield away from the keepers, Marquez and Cortez. Marquez started and then was injured, but she's back in now. So Hobbs, it sends it back down, leading 2-0. As that one will go out off of the head of one of the Lady Eagles. That was Davis, who kind of shakes the noggin a little bit. That one out again, so another throw in at midfield. Field puts that one in and then out again off of Hobbs. Yeah, up by 2 goals now. Hobbs can't afford to take the foot off the gas just yet. That one out off of Hobbs again, this time in front of the Mayfield bench. Don't have to play quite with the urgency and intensity, but you don't want to let Mayfield back into this if you're the Lady Eagles. Hobbs at 17-3, the number 5 seed, feeling maybe just a little bit disrespected in the rankings as Garza had it and almost lost it, sends it back, and Mayfield will start their attack again. This one will come bouncing down into the corner. Trying to get to that one is Quintana. Quintana looking for room, centering pass, and that one swatted away by the Hobbs defense. Collision in the middle of the field, and Mayfield starts trying to bring it back up again, and Hobbs says, nah, we'll keep it right here and see if we can move it back up a bit. And out off of Hobbs, throw in at midfield once again for Mayfield. 33-20 to go off the head of Garza. Hobbs gives chase in the backside. Zambrano. And then back to Garza. Garza, nifty little footwork. And she'll center it up. Working it to Nieto, who will take it back. And then lose it, and Hernandez will just pop it back down on the near side. There's Richards centering pass. Off of Mayfield, but she'll get it right back. Chance to settle now. Another centering pass. As Bettis was going towards the middle, but so was Mayfield with Moreno. Oh, Hobbs now with another opportunity. Little stop and go, turn around, trying to get it over to Richards in the right wing. Richards will settle it down. She'll have to send it back out. Slow roller, that could be trouble. Off of the head and jumping up and not able to get to it is Bettis. As that one had an opportunity there, Terrazas had a shot to take it as she could have put it high on net, would have had a shot on goal. Instead chose to bend it up and send it high and see if Bettis or Davis could get to it with the head. Sub checks into the ball game. Hobbs leading 2-0. 32 minutes to go in regulation. Winner moves on to Rio Rancho Halloween night. And the loser season is done. Opening round of the playoffs. Battle in the far corner. To Hernandez, who sends it through. Could be trouble. Hobbs with a long bouncer and in, and that one will be off the side of the cage on the left. And back to Mayfield. Of course, tonight's game, videocast by authority of the New Mexico Activities Association. Rights granted by them. Those rights purchased by NMAA Digital, One Radio Square Sports, NMAA Broadcasting. We appreciate you watching and listening wherever you are to our exclusive coverage tonight. We thank our sponsors. You see them there at the bottom of your screen. Supporters of the Hobbs Eagles and Lady Eagles. Could not do it without them. Because of those folks, we never have to charge you. Too many quote-unquote broadcasters do charge you and still make you sit through commercials and things. We don't think that's right, and so we don't charge you. But they do charge us to do these playoff games, but we're happy to do it. 2-0, Hobbs in the lead. And that could be trouble. Bouncing ball through. Hobbs defense comes through and just knocks it over to the side. And will settle it down and bring it back out. Mayfield has had some opportunities, but other than early, has really not had any opportunity to do just a whole lot. Now a 2-on-2 break opportunity for the Lady Eagles. Rivera to Davis. Then to Bettis, a bouncer, and that one will go wide right of the cage as Guillen grabs it back and out. 10 minutes have elapsed here in the second half. I'm going to get this thing out of my way here. Whoops. There we go. Having to move the shades in the press box a bit. As now on the run, this could be trouble, as that'll be Maez moving down, looking, trying to center it. Hobbs gets back quickly on defense. Now another centering pass, and Hobbs just going to send that one away and out from Jimenez. Now to Gomez, sends the slow roller in, and out is Sabrina to grab it. Marquez takes it before Mayfield can get a shot on the ball. Sends it high back to the midfield, where Hernandez then comes to the near side with it. Giving chase is Bettis in a collision. Richards takes the worst part of that one as Galez takes it down. Now another chip and chase opportunity. Bouncing ball. Marquez gets to it before any Lady Trojan can move down and give her any trouble. Of course, we'll have another Hobbs-Mayfield matchup for you tomorrow. Another 5-12 match. And a long bouncer in. Sabrina, no problem with that. Hobbs-Mayfield boys soccer opening round tomorrow. Right back here at Watson Stadium, 6 o'clock. Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. Into the middle, turnaround shot, and it's almost just like a warm-up drill for Marquez in there as Maez sends one on. Sabrina's not even in the goal box, so not writing down shots. Oh, now Hobbs back down. Rivera bodies it up, takes it towards the middle. Just a little scoop, a little shovel. Over to Richards, right wing, fire, and nope, they're going to say offsides on Hobbs. The Hobbs faithful not liking it. I've really got to brush up on what offsides is and how that's called in soccer. As Mayfield sends it back down to the midfield. Looks pretty good from up here, but then again, I will take the offsides as the Hobbs defender goes sprawling out. That'll be Maez centering it up, trying to get it into Garza. Hobbs moves it away, though, with Rivera and back down. So bouncing ball, Hobbs leading 2-0 off the head of Bettis. It's bodied off by Moreno, and then it'll come out near side. Hobbs throw in from midfield. 27 minutes and change remaining in regulation. Hobbs with the 2-0 lead. Is up to throw that in. Madeline Gonzalez, I think it might be. And they're going to blow a whistle. Free kick for Hobbs. Yes, it will. So free kick for the Lady Eagles from just their attacking side of midfield. As Bettis will set it down up on it. and sends it away and into traffic in front of the end zone. Now Bettis back with it. 40 yards out to Richards. Tried the slow roller back to Bettis. That didn't work too good, and it winds up on Gallows' foot. Then Hobbs will bounce it back down as Rivera giving chase. Getting there first is Chavez. Chavez tries to save it. She will. Moves it out, but Rivera now with it. Trying to move it through, centering it up. Davis shot, blocked. And Mayfield sends it back down. So now Hernandez with another bouncer over. And out to scoop that one up is Guillen to relieve the pressure. Hobbs trying to keep the foot on the gas with 25:45 remaining in regulation. Hobbs leading 2-0. Hobbs wants to go to Rio Rancho on Friday night. Play the Lady Rams. Chance to move on. And moving through. Nifty move for Garza. She'll send a smoker down, and coming out of the net is Marquez. Outside of the box, and we'll just grab that and send it back down. Hobbs, good job there. Steal that one away and send it down. As moving around and through is Gutierrez. Gutierrez to Galez, but then taken away by the Lady Eagles and Terrazas. Terrazas trying to get it to Richards. Can't control it. It'll go rolling past her. Mayfield will get to it in the corner and then move it up. Hobbs moved the extra attacker up momentarily, but Mayfield will take it back to the midfield. Trying to get Garza some room. Hobbs does a nice job getting to her. Now the bouncing ball into the middle. Maez wanted that one, and Hobbs will just send that one back down. And Mayfield saves it again as Galez in the midfield. Tries to apply the pressure for Mayfield. Hobbs leading 2-0 onto the foot of Nieto. Back to Galez, and then a centering pass. That one tipped away by Lopez. Now back to Garza, working the right wing. Finds a little room, sends one on goal, and that one will be knocked away on the rebound, and that one is out. And so Marquez gets the stop. The Lady Eagles doing a nice job as Marquez will stop that one off of the shot put in on by Garza. And then it'll go out. So Hobbs dodging a bullet. Marquez has let a couple go tonight that normally she handles, but of course she did get a little bit banged up earlier, but has allowed some rebounds tonight that haven't seen in the games that we've covered. So subs coming in for both squads with 23:20 remaining in regulation. We'll throw in from deep in the attacking zone for Mayfield. Toss it in, settle it down. Rivera just turns around and swats it out and says, yep, let's just get rid of this thing. And Terrazas, now she's going to take it. Alessandra moving it up, trying to get it to Davis, working the right wing. Davis has it taken away from her. She tried to settle it down to think about the shot, and now Brooke will come up, and she will toss it in. Back to Rivera, who bodies it up. Goes towards the net, looking for some space, turnaround. That one off of the deflection, and out to grab it is Guillen before anybody can get a shot on it. 22 minutes and change remaining. Regulation, 22 minutes plus remaining for one of these teams in their season. As Garza bouncer down off the head of one of the Hobbs Lady Eagles. Then a push from behind. Hobbs wanted it called, not going to be called, and diving out is Marquez, but yep, we're going to have a penalty called on the push for Mayfield, so no shot on goal there. And it'll be a free kick for Hobbs. Mayfield may have to start trying to find a way to play a little more physical if they can do it without getting caught. Still Hobbs on the free kick down. Send it back in, and then basically just going to volley it back and forth for a second. Mayfield winds up with it. Garza Trying to find some space as they move it in. That'll be Stites. Back to Garza. And Rivera comes and picks her pocket. She'll start it up the left side. 3-on-2 break opportunity here for the Lady Eagles. Rivera bounces it off. Now she'll scoop it forward off of the head of Bettis. Bouncing in as Guillen comes out. And collision as Guillen is down. Runs into one of her own players and a whistle sounds. That one goes out of the back of the end zone. A collision. The Hobbs Lady Eagle faithful not liking the call. They're going to give a free kick now to Mayfield. Everybody up, everybody okay. When we've got players down, we do not show them. Hobbs leading 2-0 after that collision. Kind of a screwball down. Hobbs had a 3-on-2 break. Back and turning around, firing, and that is Bettis. Another shot in for Bettis and another stop for Guillen. That'll be her 5th stop of the evening. Back to midfield as we hit the halfway mark of this second half. The two teams, you just give it back and forth. Hobbs is fine with that. Eats clock, keeps them away from the goal. At some point, though, you've got to think Mayfield's going to bring the extra attacker up to try and put more pressure on the Lady Eagles. Hobbs has dropped an extra girl back in defense when it looks like the momentum may turn a little bit. And as soon as I say that, they've just got 3 defenders back. And now we've got a 2-on-2 opportunity here. Little centering pass, and Hobbs gets to it first and bounces it near side and back out, where Terrazas will take it, control it, sends it between Stites. Stites winds up with a foot on it, and then Bettis will come away with it. But will lose it, saves it before it goes out. Now bouncer into the middle. Davis trying to get to it. Moved off of it by Chavez, and then back to the midfield for the two teams. As Terrazas onto the far side. Rivera trying to get to it. Hernandez from the midfield just pops it over onto the far side where Dinas Valdez will chase it out. And the throw in for the Lady Eagles goes out. And we'll have subs into the ball game. Should be a throw in for Mayfield. 18:50 remaining in regulation time. Hobbs goal in the first by Addison Richards in the 28th minute. And in the 5th minute of the second by Corelli Rivera. So that would be in the 45th minute of the match. Speaking of Rivera, sends that one down. Then he gets put immediately back out by Chavez. And Scalaz settles it. Now gets it over to Garza. Garza trying to come up the middle, and she'll just send one long and wide right. And another sub coming in for Hobbs as Bettis will trot out and take a well-deserved break. Going in her spot will be Madeline Gonzalez, number 2. As Marquez sends it back down the way. First touched by Hernandez. It winds up on the foot of Maez. And then a turnaround, and that one will go wide to the left of the cage. A long shot by, attempted shot by Maez. Pretty good crowd on hand here tonight. Chilly evening for soccer. We'll have another chilly evening tomorrow when the Hobbs boys and the Mayfield boys play. Of course, here at Watson Stadium, HobbsAmerica.com. We have exclusive rights to that one, too. So we'll be back here tomorrow. We'll also have the Lovington-Bloomfield game. Lovington Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. So a soccer doubleheader tonight, a Lady Eagle doubleheader tonight, and a boys soccer doubleheader tomorrow. I'm TJ Miracle. Thanks for being with us. Hobbs leading this one 2-0 with 16:50 remaining in regulation. Hobbs trying to punch their ticket through to the quarterfinal round on Friday. As Davis sends that one down. And was trying to get, that's Armitage. And now it will wind up with Armitage, as she'll try and put one into space, but taken away. To Razas, to Rivera, turn around, bouncer. That one could be trouble, as charging in on it was Armitage. So give the stop to Guillen. Rivera, 2 shots. 3 shots now on goal. One of them has found the back of the net. Hobbs trying to put some more pressure on, leading this one 2-0. Of course, about 6 weeks ago, back on September 15th, Hobbs beat this team here at Watson Stadium 1-0. And now leading the playoff game by a score of 2-0, but still time. You don't want to take an easy breath until the final whistles sound. Even though Mayfield has not been able to get a lot of sustained pressure, still time on the clock. I would expect maybe in about 6-7 minutes of clock time, Hobbs maybe starts playing a little bit of keep away. Hobbs back into the attacking zone, trying to center that one up. It is off the back, and that one will be wide to the right for Davis. And out. 15 minutes remaining in regulation. At some point, you've got to think Mayfield's going to pick the pace up. See if they can start pushing the pace. They started the game very physical, but have since kind of backed off. I realize there's a lot of physical toll out there, and not to say that the game has not been physical at all. That would not be accurate, but Mayfield came out with much more energy and a much more physical style of play first half, and kind of had Hobbs back on their heels for a few minutes, but they've kind of backed out into that and gone a little less that style from about halfway through the first half until now. More than halfway through the second. Back to Hernandez. And just a little oopsie there and off of the foot and out. Mayfield trying to move in on the attack again. Hobbs gets a 5th defender back. And out on the far sideline, it'll be a Mayfield throw in. It'll be Evelyn Gomez who's checked in. Looks like a 21 from up here. Well, Hobbs back, and guess who? Rivera turning on the Jets. Getting it to Davis, trying to get it back to Rivera on a little give and go. Corelli will wind up with it and just sends it a little too hard and out. But it takes some more time off the clock, and my old friend and mentor Bob Hart, the dean of the Texas League, would say 13-13 remaining in regulation. Triskaideka-Fobiacs of the world unite. As that one will be out. As we click now, under 13 minutes to go in regulation. Hobbs leading 2-0. Will be another throw in on the far side for Mayfield. So busy times this week here at Watson Stadium. Of course, girls opening round tonight. Soccer playoffs, boys opening round tomorrow night. Then Friday night, final home game of the regular season. Hobbs and Carlsbad. Of course, all those games here on Hobbs Sports YouTube, HobbsAmerica.com. Armitage. Little stop and go. Pardon me, that's Beltran. That's number 6. Beltran with the centering pass was trying to get Davis, but intercepted. Rivera comes near side. And she'll spin it back, looks for some room, gets tripped up a little bit, gets knocked off the ball, and they will wave it, and we will have a free kick for Hobbs on the minor infraction. Yep, can't push like that, and so it'll be Beltran to take the free kick from 20 yards out. Back judge comes over, and he walks it off, tells Mayfield where they can and cannot be. So Beltran with an opportunity here. They're trying to put the dagger in this one as Beltran sends it over. That's a bouncer and light the lamp! Camilla Beltran lights it up off the free kick at the 19:33 mark of the second. Camilla Beltran on the penalty kick, free kick, takes it into the net. And that just about will put the dagger in it. You have got to think the Hobbs Lady Eagles 11-27 away from punching their ticket on to Rio Rancho in the second round against the number 4 Lady Rams Friday night. So now 3-0 by the Lady Eagles. Beltran, the freshman forward, lights the lamp. So now I think if Hobbs wants to play keep away, I think you can. Just get this one over with as quick as you can. Keep everybody healthy and call it a W. Go to 18-3 on the year. On the throw in. No, though Mayfield's not going to just roll over and let Hobbs do what they want to do. Still playing for pride, and like I said, until the final gun sounds, or in this case, whistles sound, there's always an opportunity. Mayfield has just not been able to mount any sustained pressure on Hobbs this evening at all. As the clock moves down towards 10 minutes remaining, so we are 3/4 of the way through the second half. As Hobbs settling it down in the midfield to Hernandez, to Richards, but then popped down and just going to bounce through. Sabrina going to come over and just grab a hold of that one. And pops it back towards the middle of things. As Mayfield and Cheney will send that one back forward to Maez. Maez trying to get a streaking Galez, but Hobbs intercepts it. Galez comes back and then gives it off and lets Chavez sweep that one into the middle of the field, then onto the foot of Garza. Hobbs there to move with her. That's Rivera who whiffs on one. Corelli normally doesn't do that, did that time. Galez trying the centering pass, trying to work it through traffic. Hobbs wisely just clears it back down, and a whistle sounds, and I think we'll have a push on Hobbs. It'll be a free kick for Mayfield with 9 minutes remaining, plus whatever little stoppage they put on it. Probably not much. So now Mayfield with a chance for a set play. And up to take that kick will be Juliet Moreno. So they're going to line it up as Moreno comes up on the ball, sends a high one down and through, and then Hobbs off of the header. Rivera heads it a couple of times, and then he'll settle it down and sends it back upfield onto the foot of Beltran. Beltran then off the toe of Davis, and that one goes wide and wild to the left, and dangerous for Guillen to come out on that one. She's got a long way to go to get back to her cage. She gets back in the net, though, and her teammates behind her hold up any Hobbs thoughts of going after the empty net. So back down with 8 minutes to go as that one will be out, and back to Hobbs. So throw in for the Lady Eagles. As subs checking in for Mayfield. Mayfield more than likely going to end their season at 10-10-1. Not a losing record by any stretch. Just had the misfortune of running into the Lady Eagles here in the first round. Hobbs will just put it out and send it out. Anything that makes the time tick off the clock, they will do. You've got to think as Stites will move it back in, but then Hobbs sends it back down with Hernandez. To the near side as temperature's moving down. Nice job by Hernandez to swat that one away, force Mayfield go back and regroup a minute. And this could be trouble as that one gets away as Galaz takes it on the far side and a wide angle shot puts it in and just wide as Galaz maybe getting a hand on that one was Marquez. Galaz took the wide angle shot though, and it's never a bad idea to send it on net if you can. And yep, Marquez did get a hand on it. It went out. So it'll be a throw in for Mayfield. 6 minutes and change to go as that one comes bouncing through. It's Beltran to it. Stops, settles, waits for reinforcements, sends it into the middle, trying to get it to Terrazas. But Mayfield will take it back and sent forward by Nieto. And then Hobbs will just bounce it back down to Corelli. As Rivera back onto the far side to Mates. To Terrazas, working that far side now. It's bodied off the ball, and that one will get shot into the Mayfield bench. 5.5 minutes remaining. Subs coming into the ball game. And some wholesale subs coming in for Coach Meza and his Lady Trojans squad. Got to think that is the raising of the white flag, if you will. 5 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Hobbs throw in and out. And yep, more changes coming in for Mayfield. Sorry, I have to respond to this. Station matter. Try and keep the video on it. And all right, that one will come out. And another throw in for Mayfield. That'll be Gutierrez to toss that one in. Comes off the head of Arona. And then back to it is Galaz and out. It'll be Hobbs' ball. Nope, they're going to say Mayfield. So Hobbs touching it last. As McWhorter will throw it in, then the ball bounces into space. And Hobbs will take it away with Rivera, but they're going to call the foul on Corelli. So it'll be a free kick for Mayfield with 3:20 remaining. And they're going to let, looks like Garza take that one. So from the 30-yard mark, Hobbs will line up on him. Well, Mayfield with an opportunity, though, for a shot on goal here. And maybe get a goal in that. They will clear it up. And the kick, and that one is through, and that one will be into the net for Nicole Garza. So Garza scores it at the 37:07 mark of the third, or rather of the second. And that will get rid of the shutout. So a 3-1 ball game, but Hobbs not at all worried about it. Well, like I said, Mayfield, they've still got time. They're still going to come after it. Up to Hobbs now just to not make any more silly mistakes. And that was a body off of Armitage. And out on the VAR side. 2.5 minutes remaining in regulation. 3-1, Hobbs in the lead. Mayfield's tally coming in the 70th minute. And that's a bouncer in, and that one will be a stop by Guillen. As Beltran put another one on goal right there. Trying to get that goal back. Is to it. Ooh, that's Armitage. Now Rivera to the middle. Little stutter step. Turns around. 2 minutes remaining in regulation. You can hear Coach Mays on the far side hollering, pick up your pace. He's still got some of his starters in. It's a mix of some of his starters and some of his bench. That's a long roller. And just let that one go out. It'll be Hobbs' ball. So Hobbs can breathe a sigh of relief as we are down just over a minute to go, as Sabrina Marquez will send this one back into the field of play. The bouncer down for Marquez. Hobbs keeps it. Las Cruces Mayfield continues to put on the pressure. So into the midfield. Comes squirting out into space. Beltran. Turn around trying to get Armitage stolen away. But Hobbs will immediately take it right back. Pretty good battle going on the inside. As that one squirts through. And a little push from behind. Why is that not a foul? I don't know. But we're winning. It's all good. And into space, up on it, trying to get to it. Ball still rolling free. And Stites finally going to just have to send that one down. Less than 30 seconds to go, and a long shot bouncer in. And stopped by Guillen. A long bounce put in by Zambrano. And then back down. As expecting the final whistle, probably sometime in the next 15-20 seconds. As that one bounces through Beltran and then popped up into the midfield. And that will do it. And the Hobbs Lady Eagles are victorious in this opening round of the 2025 NMAA Girls Soccer Playoffs as they knock off number 12 Mayfield by a score of 3-1. For the Lady Eagles, they got one goal in the first half of play. It came from Addison Richards at 27-21 of the first in the 28th minute. Then the goals in the second, Corelli Rivera at 4:35 of the second, and Camilla Beltran at 19:33 of the second. For Mayfield, their lone goal comes off of a free kick by Nicole Garza at 37:07 in the ball game. And that is how we will finish this one up. So Hobbs, the Lady Eagles victorious tonight, and they will move on to face the Lady Rams of Rio Rancho, the number 4 team in the state, on Friday in Rio Rancho. We'll be back with you tomorrow evening, right back here at Watson Stadium, as the Hobbs boys take on the Mayfield boys. So another Hobbs-Mayfield matchup, another 5-12 tomorrow night. We'll be on right before 6 o'clock for the kickoff of the first round of the boys' playoffs. So thanks so much for being with us tonight with rights purchased by New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports from the New Mexico Activities Association. We are proud to have been the exclusive provider of this game tonight. For Tiff and Evie, keeping an eye and an ear on things back at One Radio Square. For my partner in crime, Don Morgan, who's across the parking lot tonight at Tasker Arena with volleyball, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Watson Stadium. Hobbs 3, Mayfield 1. This has been an exclusive presentation of New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. Good night, everybody.